Yeah, this is Srinivas. He's a senior software engineer, and today we are briefly explain about SQL Server and DBMS introduction. So, what is SQL Server and what is DBMS? So, generally, the DBMS is nothing but it is a database management system. What do you mean by DBMS? DBMS is the database management system, like the abbreviation for database management system. See here in DBMS, what is use of DBMS? In DBMS we are going to store the data. So how we are going to store? We are storing the data in form of table. The table is nothing but it is a combination of rows and columns. What do you mean by table? Table is a combination of rows and columns. So what is the rows and what is the column? We will see here. See here the database. Just assume this is a database which is going to store the different people information. Database is nothing but it reduces the redundancy can be reduced and inconsistency can be avoided. Standards can be enforced. Like in database we are going to store the data. Like if it is small content of database is nothing but is small container. If it is more like large content is nothing but database. And in database everything working in the column oriented. But when you are going to create a database or if you want to maintain in the database, what are the requirements, what are the prerequisites? The thing is, in database we are going to store the information in the form of query based. See here in SQL query, SQL, the thing is SQL is nothing but structured query language. What do you mean by SQL? SQL is nothing but structured query language. SQL is structured query language, or is also called as sequence query language. What do you mean by SQL? SQL is a structured query language and or sequence query language. So here in this one in SQL we are consisting with or we are dividing with different categories. One is the DDL. DDL is nothing but data definition language. See here the abbreviations about this DDL, DML, DRL are right side of this slide. DDL. DDL is nothing but data definition language. And DML. DML is a data manipulation language. And DRL. DRL data retrieval language. TCL transactional control language. DCL data control language. See here in DDL have like different kind of categories. Like DDL which is used to data definition language is nothing but when you are going to create new database, or if you want to change the structure of database, or if you want to delete the database, or if you want to rename the database, or if you want to permanently delete the database, at that time we are using the DDL. DDL is nothing but data definition language. So in DDL we are mainly using to create the database and alternate the database or alter the database, or truncate is nothing but delete the database, or if you want to rename the database we are using the DDL, and if you want to permanently delete the database then we are go with the drop query. So in DDL, not only in DDL, all SQL queries is working like query based. So all are the query and every query have specific syntax. So we will see this query syntax in later. Then we will see about remaining SQL concept. DML. DML is nothing but data manipulation language. In DML, what you are doing, we have already database. In this database we are going to store the information. So the storing the information is in database concept, what you are called inserting the data. For storing or inserting the data we are using the insert query. or if you want to update, already data is there, or if you want to update something else, at that time we are using the some update. And if you want to delete, or if you want to delete particular information or particular field, then we are using the delete command. And next one is the DRL. The DRL nothing but data retrieval language. This is using to some getting the information. Sometimes we are seeing the particular field, or sometimes we are seeing the particular student or particular employee or particular banking database or particular information. At that time we are using the select query. The select query which is using to retrieve the information, either all the information or particular information or particular specific information. At that time we are using the select query. Select queries comes under data retrieval language. And TCL is a transactional control language which is used to committing the database, or you are rollback, or sometimes you are going to delete the information, or if you want to get back that information, we are using the rollback. Then save point, this is also using the transaction control language. And grant and revoke is used to data controlling language. Get my point? Here for SQL queries we can develop using different tools. What are the tools? The thing is, if you want to develop the SQL, we have to use the tool. Like tools are like SQL Server 1, and next one is Oracle, and next one is MySQL. Like different tools are there in market, we can use for any tool for developing for SQL, but each and every tool have their own architecture and own like specific syntaxes. We have to see that things also. But here in this slide we are going to use the SQL Server Management Studio. Which one you are using here? SQL Server Management Studio. In this one we have different headers. Not only in SQL Server, all remaining tools also have some headers. If you are using for GUI command, in the GUI command mode we have different headers, remaining tools also. The first one is the file, edit, view, like this different things is there. If you are going to create a new time, then we have to create the database. For creating the database, we have to create the new database. The thing is, we have to right click on this one, then one new mode will be open. In this one you have to click the new database, then it will ask about database name. We have to create the new database, then it automatically create. It will provide for some memory for maintaining for our information. That is the creation of database. Like creation of database is nothing but maintaining of our information. It is a container. Like in SQL Server Studio container itself, we are providing some space for the database. So whatever the data tables is related to the database, it is going to store in the database location. So it is also nothing but it is a container, like it is a folder to maintain for these things. And next one is, for creating the table we have syntax. Like we already discussed, like for creating the table, in this table the syntax for creating the table, syntax is create table name, create table name, and followed by the like we have different things like field 1 or column 1 space data type, comma field 2 or column 2 data type. Like we have different data types. You already know about the data types are integer, character, varchar, like double, like float. These are the things is available in the in SQL Server. And finally we have to close the brace and end with the semicolon. This is the things. In this one, what we are doing? We are doing for creating the table. The thing is, create and table are the keywords in database management system. Like in SQL Server, create table are the keywords, and table name is the name of the table. This things is provided by the user, like this developer. And field 1 is the column name, and data type is the type of the data, and field 2 is the column name, and data type is the type of the data. Like we have to maintaining the all information. For example, you can see here in this slide we are going to create the new table. See, in my database name is my database, and I am creating the new table. Right click on the table, you have to click the new table. In this one, either you can go with the GUI mode or query mode. Which one you have to maintain? Either GUI mode or query mode. The query mode, the thing is create table. The table name is the MAT table A. In this one, column 1 int not null, column 2 int null. Null means either the data is available, okay, otherwise it provide for null. Not null means the data should be maintaining, it is necessary, must and should. This kind of things for inform to database we are giving the not null. Null means it is allow for empty database. So here in this slide, select means retrieve the data from the table. Inserting the data into table. And updates the existing data into table. Delete all records from the table. Like different syntax we have, and all the things we will see here. For syntax for alter table name. The table name here is order. Add primary key, because previous the order table does not have primary key. Now he is going to add the primary key for order ID. Order ID is the name of the column. And next, if you want to drop the table, the syntax for drop the table is drop table name. Here the developer or user is going to drop the table permanently for orders table. And truncate table. This is the truncate table orders. The syntax for truncate is truncate table name. He is truncating for orders table. Like creating table. In this one, he is going to create the insert procedure. The procedure for create procedure name, like these things he is going to do. And next one is the selecting a table. Select star from orders. Here star indicates all the columns, all the fields, all the information about orders table. Which one? Star indicates all the information about order table. And here updating the information for orders table, where order ID is equal to 1 and order number is equal to 1. This kind of things he is going to update. And inserting the information. In inserting the order, he is going to inserting the information about inserting the data. This is and in this previous slide we are seeing different kind of DML DDL things, and now we are going to see about joins, because in joins what we are doing, we are joining the different tables. In this slide we have like table A is one table and B is another table. We are going to join the common of table A and table B. Here the indication of inner join is we are going to join the common fields of table A and table B. The like in outer join we are going to store the apart from common things, we are going to combine the remaining things. The outer join is nothing but it should be different. The field which is not available in the both the table, those things we are going to join the information. And left outer join is the fields which is available in the table 1, that is the left outer join. In right outer join, the information which is available in only in table 2, not in the not in table 1. Like it is also combine the common utilities as well as table 2 utilities, not only in the table 1 utilities. Full outer join is means it is going to join the whatever the information have table 1 and table 2, all the things is going to store all the information. The thing is, using the database, what we are going to do, we are going to do first structured query language, and we can go for creation of the table or creating the things and update manipulating the things and transactional things and this and controlling things. Total 4 things we are doing, as well as procedural language structured query things also you can do, and joins is very easy in the in a database management system. Okay, and remaining videos